Nothing lasts forever in life or in football. Every year we got to let go of some players that maybe we still view as studs or maybe even just serviceable starters and say, nope, never again. These are 10 players I am never going to draft in fantasy, whether they've just shown signs of decline over the last few years or maybe they're just absolutely completely cooked. Not touching these guys in 2026 fantasy drafts no matter what. Now let's start with Tyreek Hill, and I already see how this is going to go. It's going to be somewhere in the offseason, and we're going to start hearing, yeah, he's ahead of schedule, coming back from that injury, and then we're going to see videos of him in training camp or something running in a straight line against air, looking pretty good, and people are going to talk themselves into Tyreek Hill becoming, a valuable fantasy asset in 2026, even though this guy wasn't a fantasy asset the last couple of years when fully healthy. Coming off a major leg injury like this, there is just no way, not to mention he's now going to be well into his 30s, 33 years old. There's just no world where I can see Tyreek Hill being worth any pick in fantasy. I mean, sure, maybe if he's like your last round pick or something, very late round pick in best ball, but that's not what's going to happen if this guy is ready to go for the season, or even if they're saying he's going to be ready to go early in the season. People are going to convince themselves Tyreek Hill can be a league winner again, even though he hasn't been for 2 straight years. Tyreek Hill, 2 monster seasons in a row in Miami, was great in Kansas City, but now it's over for Tyreek Hill. If he even plays in 2026, there is no way he'll be on any of my fantasy teams. And same with Calvin Ridley. This guy absolutely burned me in 2025. I really thought with Cam Ward as the only real, viable wide receiver that they had, he could make it happen. No, could not make it happen. I mean, this is looking like, remember whatever year it was back with Atlanta, if you've been playing fantasy or following football long enough, this guy looked like one of the best wide receivers in the league. And then what has happened here? Injuries, gambling, suspensions. It's like, yeah, I don't even know if this guy wants to be out there, but I do know I don't want this guy on any of my fantasy teams. I don't care if he comes back to Tennessee. I know Cam Ward looked better as the season went on. He'll probably look better next year. I don't care. I don't care if he signs somewhere that, seems great, like Buffalo. Everybody wants every wide receiver to go to Buffalo. I do not care. Calvin Ridley, over 30 years old, well over 30 years old, didn't look good even when he was healthy last year. No, not doing it again, not falling for this again. I don't care where he plays. I don't care who his quarterback is. I am not drafting Calvin Ridley in 26. And I pretty much have almost never drafted Jerry Jeudy since maybe like year 2 or year 3 Jerry Jeudy. I took some chances, but it's been a while since I've ever drafted Jerry Jeudy. And at this point, I don't even understand why anybody is even drafting Jerry Jeudy. This guy has not been good ever. I mean, really, it was a 6-7 game stretch where he had Jameis Winston that he was good, and that's it. He's been terrible for fantasy every other year. Huge bust every single year of his career in real life and in fantasy. Why is that going to change next year? Like, is Shedeur going to magically turn Jerry Jeudy into some monster wide receiver? And if they, let him go or release him or something, he goes somewhere else, is that going to fix the problem here? No, it's not. Jerry Jeudy is just not very good. I think that's the real issue here. This guy is better at turning passes into interceptions for the other team than he is at actually catching the football. And hey, real quick before I get to the rest of the list of the players that I am done drafting in fantasy, let me just ask, if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, you're enjoying the videos we're dropping for you, take a second, hit that subscribe button. We can still get to 100K at some point here. Help us get there. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. And I was not in on Deebo Samuel in 2025, and for the first month of the season, I was like, well, guess I'm going to take a big fat L on this one because Deebo looked great for the first month, and then that was it. That was pretty much it. I mean, he was barely even startable rest of the season. Had like a few startable weeks, but even those weeks weren't great. Now what are we going to expect going into 2026? I know people are going to talk themselves into, a healthy Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. I don't even care. Like, you got to go back to 2021 when this guy had that incredible season for the 49ers to the last time this guy was actually a stud in fantasy. Feels like that was just a random outlier year. Like, how did that even happen? I mean, honestly, it's like the universe just came together for Deebo Samuel for one magical 2021 season, and now we're seeing the real Deebo Samuel wearing down as this season goes on. Even the previous year in 2024, remember at the end when, Brock Purdy was healthy, the 49ers had no Ayuk, no Kittle, no Jennings, and he's out there still looking terrible. Done with Deebo Samuel in fantasy. And another guy who absolutely burned me this year, Justin Fields. I'm done with this guy. Like, I'm tired of making excuses, tired of saying, well, at least he gives you the rushing upside. Who cares if he gives you the rushing upside if he's going to be this bad as a passer? I mean, there were some weeks where he literally lost you your matchups if you started him. So bad that they benched him for Tyrod Taylor. That's how bad Justin Fields was this year. I'm sure there will be some quarterback needy team that will take a chance on a young potential, upside quarterback, and he'll be the starter somewhere next year. But I'm not falling for it. I'm not going to care where it is. I don't care. Justin Fields has proven that he just is not an NFL caliber QB. The rushing upside can only do so much here. You at least need to be able to pass the ball a little bit. And last year, he couldn't even do that. I'm out on Justin Fields wherever he plays in 26. And I had Cooper Kupp on this video last year, but still people talk themselves into Cooper Kupp like, oh, he's going to the Seahawks. This is all he needs. No, this is not what he needs. What he needs is the fountain of youth. And guess what's not coming? The fountain of youth. You know what else he needs? Actually, what he needs more than the fountain of youth. Let's be real here. Let's be real with Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's a good player. Cooper Kupp had some great years with the Rams. But he needs Stafford and Sean McVay, okay? That's what he needs. And he's not going to have Stafford and Sean McVay because that ship has sailed. Cooper Kupp looks terrible. JSN obviously is the guy in Seattle. If anything, Rashid Shaheed is going to be the other wide receiver I want to draft, not Cooper Kupp here. Cooper Kupp is absolutely cooked, absolutely dust. I don't care. You're going to see him in like round 13 and round 14 and be like, it's Cooper Kupp. I don't care. I'd rather take a chance on like a rookie or some dice roll than a guy like Cooper Kupp who's just going to sit on my bench giving me nothing week after week. And I hate to say it, but I feel kind of the same way about Evan Ingram. This is a guy like you talk yourself into. We talked ourselves into him. And when I say we, I mean me, being in that Joker role for the Broncos, for Bo Nix. And this guy was out there just running wind sprints, hardly getting targeted, hardly catching any passes. And he's one of these guys you feel like if you got Evan Ingram, he's just got to sit on your bench doing nothing because you're like, well, I drafted this guy in round 9, round 10. Can I really drop Evan Ingram? Here, save yourself some trouble in 26. Just don't even draft this guy. Let somebody else deal with it. Let somebody else talk themselves into Evan Ingram this year with the Broncos, with Bo Nix. Now, if it didn't happen in 2025, why would it happen in 2026? And you don't want to give up on young wide receivers too soon here, but I don't think it's too soon to give up on Quentin Johnston. Again, another guy who like the first month, it was like, maybe this is it. Maybe we're seeing it. Maybe we're seeing the breakout from QJ finally going to put it together here. No. Then he went on basically the rest of the season where he was awful until like randomly in week 16 against the Houston Texans of all teams, he had a nice game. You just cannot rely on this guy week to week in fantasy. You can't even rely on him for those occasional spike weeks because really you just hardly ever get him. It's just bust after bust after bust after bust. I'm done here with QJ. I don't care. Like, yeah, he's going to be going very late in drafts. I just don't care. I'm just done with QJ. I don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with the hassle. I'm just done drafting this guy. And then the guy I got to take a big L on, Hollywood Brown, for years been trying to, make excuses for this guy, talk about why, like, oh, why, this could be it. This could be the year here for Hollywood Brown, right? The Chiefs, Rashee Rice suspended, he's healthy, he just needs to stay healthy. None of that. None of that here. I don't care. Like, look, going in next year, we don't even know how many games Mahomes is going to play. Rashee Rice is probably not going to be suspended. Who knows? He could do something in the offseason again. You never know with these guys. You got Worthy there. I don't even care if Kelsey retires. I don't care. I think at this point, Hollywood Brown has proven he's not a guy you want in fantasy, really. Like every random, month, maybe he'll have one game out of the month where it's like, that wasn't bad, but good luck guessing what that is. I'm not going to even try to guess here when he's going to have that kind of game. Done drafting Hollywood Brown. I'm not talking myself into this guy ever again in fantasy.